Alright, welcome to my first content video for Brave Exvius. Now that we have the introduction out of the way, I want to dive into some content and show you some nice resources for the game. First of all, you can see the Exvius wiki on the screen that I mentioned earlier. It's basically a comprehensive source for the global version of the game. You can check on all the things in the game, and if you have questions, if you want to know how something exactly works, for example, abilities that are unclear in the game, how they exactly work, will likely be explained in more detail here, so you have a better understanding of how the game actually works behind the scenes. And you can also contribute yourself if you find out stuff about the game that is not obvious and not already on here. So feel free to join the community and contribute to make this website even better from day to day. I myself am actively contributing on a regular basis here, editing, adjusting, adding details, discussing in the discussing section for various topics to make the site as good of a resource as possible. And the more of the community contribute, the better the resource is. Next, we have a really nice spreadsheet for the ongoing Festival of the Autumn Moon, courtesy of Redditor Etheria, as you can see here. He or she made this awesome Google spreadsheet. This is the summary section that you can see here that has a data mined results of exploration runs and their drops. Here's the runs tab, which you can also use yourself to enter your full runs for explorations to help with increasing the sample size. Currently we are at like close to 650 runs, so we have some pretty good data on at least Dwarf's Forge and Miranda Coast. And let's take a quick look at the data. Here you can see Dwarf's Forge is by far the best place to farm flour, and in my experience you usually have enough of everything else. Flour seems to be the limiting factor, so I can only recommend to farm Dwarf's Forge while the event's going on and get your Ice Mega Crysts in Miranda Coast or somewhere else once the event is finished, because as you can see, you get more of the other resources on Miranda Coast and way less flour, so you will end up with even more overflow of these resources and barely get excess flour from each run. And since there will be 1 week where we can still craft and buy, you want to create as much excess flour as you can. So basically on average with a Dwarf's Forge run you will create one premium box of mock cakes and 200 spare flour, so almost enough resources for 2 runs. So if you basically do 1 run per box that you want to craft, you end up with plenty of excess materials to craft in the week when you can't farm anymore. Also worth noting is that you on average get more than 18 full cakes from a Dwarf's Forge run, while Miranda Coast gives no full cakes at all. And if you're on a budget and only want to get some value out of the event without heavily farming or spending lapis on the premium event, I can recommend farming Colobus Reef, because that drops more than 150, that seems to drop around 150 full cakes on average. We only have 9 runs here, but the number even went up. Like initially it was at 148, so it seems to be around 150 full cakes, so that's a really nice place to just farm cakes if you don't want to farm tons of materials and craft a premium package. Worth noting is though that it doesn't drop any flour at all, so you can't even get flour for the regular recipe that you have and craft some cakes with that if you make that run. But then again, 150 cakes is more than 3 regular recipes, so that seems like a pretty good deal. Other than that, I think there's not much else to say here. If you're not on the last island yet, it seems like Colobus Marsh is the best place to farm on the 3rd island. Also have a decent sample size here, and as you can see, it's a better place than Golsus Canyon from the sample size we currently have, and better enough that it seems that even with higher sample size on Golsus Canyon, it would probably be better, but not entirely sure, since usually the deeper into the story and the quests, the better the drops. So maybe that's just like a bad runs on average on the 17 runs here, and Golsus Canyon might be better, but from the data we currently have, Colobus Marsh is the better location to run. And if you didn't know it yet, log has no impact on the event. Gumi confirmed that. So doesn't matter if you bring him or not, the event drops will be the same. Alright, I'll put a link to the spreadsheet underneath the video so you can check it out. Next thing is this awesome survey. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the Redditor that created the survey and put it up. I really tried before I started the video to find it. If you see this video, make sure to put your Reddit name in the comments to claim to basically let people know that you are the one that started this work, because it's really awesome and a great idea, and I would really like to give credit to you if I would remember your nickname, so feel free to do it yourself. Basically, this is another Google document. Here you can just choose the exploration. Let's say Dwarf's Forge, because that's what we're mostly going to be doing for this event. Then you press next, and then you have this table where you just put in the number of materials that you got out of the collection points at the end of the event. You will find all materials from the collection points as the first materials on the material list at the end of the exploration screen. Do not enter the bonus drop from the chest at the end of the material list, only the materials at the beginning of the list, and only from full run, so only if you collected all collection points. Just enter that here, press submit, and there you go. The goal is, as you can see here, to try and get a sample size of about 1,000 full runs per exploration map to have a really good idea which exploration map drops which materials in which frequency. This is the result page for that. I'll put both links in the comments as well. Here you can see the statistics for each exploration. Red stuff is either wrongly added bonus drops or mistakes in, like, someone here maybe meant lightning megacryst and accidentally put in light megacryst instead, since light megacryst doesn't drop from Phantom Forest exploration, or it was a light megacryst bonus drop, for example. So basically you can ignore the the stuff that is red, that is marked red, and the black ones are the things that are supposed to drop in the exploration, and behind it you can see the average per run and the percentage of the item drops. Quick note here, Phantom Forest has a more than 6% drop rate on the green mega site, while other explorations, as you can see, with a similar sample size, have almost 5% lower drop rate on red mega site, which is why Phantom Forest is the best place to farm experience for any Esper, no matter which Esper, since even without the color bonus, the drop rate is so good that you get more XP for your Esper, especially per energy, than from an exploration with a specific color of magicite for the Esper. You also get some good materials from the units there, like awakening materials, and you also have a chance to get sacred crystals from the boss at the end. So yeah, this is the result sheet. We are currently close to like 100 or about 100 runs with the higher frequency explorations, and eventually we will get to the 1000 runs per exploration to have a really good idea of the drop rates in each exploration, so we can better decide where to go to farm what, which is really nice. Alright, so I think that's it for now. I'll put the links of all the spreadsheets underneath the video. Please check them out, and also please contribute to this collection point drop survey so we can get a proper sample size. This will greatly benefit the entire community, and the creator of the spreadsheet will surely put the final results and findings in a Reddit thread again to let everyone know, and the information might also end up on the wiki. Once we have a high enough sample size of each exploration, we can use it to put those drop rates on each exploration in the wiki as well. Alright, thanks for watching, see you in the next video.